In my should you switch to that engine, some people didn't like how I said the Godot Engine, which is totally fine. It's an odd name. Even feels kind of weird to say it. I even asked in the comments how you pronounce it, and you had a pretty good variety of responses like Godot, Godot, Gouda. So there's clearly some disagreement, and a quick Google search will give you a lot of the same variations. So I thought, let's figure this out. Once and for all, how do you pronounce? So let's start with the variations that are really common. There's Godot, 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 and the one that I used, Godot. And I'll add a quick disclaimer here. However you want to pronounce it is fine, except for Gouda, that's just wrong. Maybe eventually one pronunciation to rule them all will win out, but for now, you do you. But let's give this a shot, or at the very least get a little bit more guidance. And if we want to find out the correct way to say this name, we need to know where the heck this name comes from. Juan Linietsky, one of the creators of the engine, attributes the name to the Samuel Beckett play Waiting for You Know Who.
This is very similar. You probably have read or seen the play by Samuel Beckett, Waiting for Godot. This situation was like they were always waiting for Godot, to have some feature or something. People always want more and more things, and this kind of this is why it's called like this.
And is also found in the documentation of the engine online.
Juan, here's a really good question. How does the founder of the engine pronounce the engine?
I don't really know. That also got me by surprise. People started asking how you pronounce it, and I was like, I don't know, just like the play, I guess. And that wasn't a good answer. It seems because the play is different in every language, but I don't really even know how to pronounce it myself in English. Everyone else, it's whatever they like, I guess.
So the origin is clear, but there's also some cultural variation on the pronunciation, which is really the right answer when it comes to pronunciation. It depends on your cultural background. But I need a little bit more. I need some reasoning for myself, so let's dig a little bit deeper. We know the name comes from the Samuel Beckett play. Though Beckett was born in Ireland, he spoke both English and French, and that play was written first in French and premiered in Paris in 1953. Then Beckett translated it to English and it premiered in London in 1955. In the French version, the name is pronounced Godot, with equal emphasis and no pronounced T. In the English version, the name is pronounced, as much as some of you would not like, Godot. However, American audiences may be more familiar with Godot. Again, cultural and language differences account for the variations in pronunciation. But how do we deal with the fact that there are two generally, that's not weird to say. I can't say that word. I feel like Trump in that one thing.
Yesterday's a hard word for me.
He says, that's a hard word, I can't say it. Let's cut it out. But how do we deal with the fact that there are two English variations, beyond not caring and calling whatever you want? So let's go to the guy who actually wrote the play. And according to Beckett, the proper English pronunciation of is Godot.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
From Godot.
Godot's Waiting for Godot. No Man's Land and Waiting for Godot.
So if it's good enough for Captain Picard and Gandalf, I'm gonna roll with Godot. But much like the Samuel Beckett play that inspired the name in the first place, we're probably waiting for a definitive pronunciation that will actually never come.